Did I say 800? Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's why I interrupt. If you say something wrong, like you will agree with this when I don't, or if you say 800 when you mean 800 million, then I will interrupt and you'll say, let me speak, and everybody loses.
It's always fascinating when someone praises a system they don't actually have to live under. Before we jump in, tell me where you're tuning in from. And remember to like and subscribe. Your support helps the channel grow and keeps these stories coming. It's easy to admire a dictatorship from a safe distance. It's easy to applaud efficiency, to point at shiny infrastructure, to quote impressive statistics, when you're doing it from the comfort of a free society. What happens when someone tries to argue that a powerful one-party state is basically flawless, while speaking freely on live radio in a country that allows him to criticize its own leaders without consequence? That's exactly what happens here. This caller steps in confidently, determined to defend China's political system as superior, because in defending a regime that restricts criticism, he finds himself relying on the very freedoms that regime would deny him. As this unfolds, watch carefully. Listen not just to what's being said, but to what can't be said. Because sometimes the loudest moment in a debate is the silence when someone refuses to criticize the very system they claim is superior. Let's watch this together, and then I'll break down exactly where the argument unravels.
Harry is in Grays in Essex. Harry, what would you like to say?
Hi, James. Nice to talk to you again. Just some perspective. The government, as you would no doubt agree, it's for the people, right? So,
well, which people?
For the people.
Which people? Can't be for all the people. It's not for the people who disagree with them, is it? Or for the Uyghur people who are also Chinese.
James, let me speak.
I will. I mean, you literally said as you would agree. So I can't let that go uncommented on if I don't agree, can I, Harry?
Let me give you a statistic, James.
Go on,
Since 1978, China has lifted 800 Chinese people out of extreme poverty.
Listen, you're going to get cross with me for interrupting again, but I think you mean more than 800.
800 million.
Yeah, there we go. So that was a good interruption, right?
Did I say 800? Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's why I interrupt. If you say something wrong, like you will agree with this when I don't, or if you say 800 when you mean 800 million, then I will interrupt and you'll say, let me speak, and everybody loses.
Okay. Thank you for correcting me. 800 million people out of poverty since 1978. China has built... To call China authoritarian regime, I mean, I do have issue with that because I think it's more a socialist regime. Now, I'll give you a quick example, James. China has built high-speed rail since 2016 to now more than 31,000 miles all around the nation, and that's bigger than the entire world combined.
Which is obviously fantastic, but you're familiar... No, hang on, we're going to run out of time, and I'm going to pick on your points one by one, Harry. That's how it works.
The train is running at lost.
But you're familiar with the observation that Mussolini made the trains run on time, aren't you? No,
it's not that, James. What I'm trying to say is that it runs at lost. Every single ticket you sell is at lost. This is for the benefit of people. Compared to the UK, every year the train ticket price goes up, never runs on time.
Obviously, the train system in China is better than the train system in the UK.
But no, I'm not talking about the system itself. I'm talking about the system in which...
What's the worst thing about Xi Jinping, in your view?
It's, look, about the Winnie the Pooh, yeah, everybody's keep talking about. Why is being so childish to your national leader? James,
but what's the worst thing about the worst thing about him?
In the UK, you have freedom of speech, right?
Yeah, I do want you to answer my question.
No, but James, what has he changed?
What's the worst thing about Xi Jinping?
Nothing. I can't see. I don't see. He stands so much for the people.
But I mean, is he perfect, do you think?
No one is perfect.
So name one of his imperfections.
Why would I do that?
Because I'm asking you to.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think.
Well, just say something bad about somebody in the Chinese government.
You're doing this. Why we're having a actual adult debate, and you?
Well, it's not an adult debate. If you refuse to
little about China, I'm trying to
just say something
about China.
And you kind of are, but there's no need to shout at me.
What's more important, freedom of speech, or for a woman to walk in the night free of being hustled? What's important?
It's not either or.
To the people.
It's not either or. You can have both.
So
why can't you say anything bad? Why can't you say anything?
What about your crime rates here?
Why can't you say anything? But I think our murder rates just hit a 40-year low, actually. But again, it's not either or. Why can't? I mean, you could have a very robust police force that is standing on every street corner with machine guns and still be able to say the General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party is a bit of a prat?
Why would you do that, though?
Pardon? Because you believe it to be true. Because you believe it to be true.
You can, James. Here's the comparison.
Just say something. Just seriously.
Whatever about your government. What has it changed, James?
Let's do it hypothetically. Well, I mean, what has it changed?
In the US, it's the same. They can say whatever they like about the government. What has it changed?
Well, it's changed everything. We have complete freedom.
Look at the US. What has it changed? Look at the UK. What has it changed? In Europe, everything's slowing down. The economy is in dreadful position.
Yeah, I mean, you are telling me in no uncertain terms that you don't want to ever have freedom of speech.
No, that's not what I'm saying, James.
Tell me what you're saying.
How important.
Tell me why, for people listening, imagine if you can, that you wanted to say something negative about the General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party. Let's look at the forced sterilisation of. You have to let me speak. You have to let me speak. You have to let me speak.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, because you're taking away my freedom of speech now, and it's my radio show. So you've got the suppression of religious practices, you've got forced sterilisation, you've got forced abortion, you've got forced contraception, you've got mosques being razed to the ground, you've got hundreds of thousands of children being forcibly separated from their parents and sent to boarding schools.
That is not true, James.
Yeah, but what if it is, Harry? You wouldn't be allowed to say so.
But how can you just compare? How can you say a situation that
if it was true?
Because it isn't.
If it was true, and it is. You wouldn't be allowed to say so. So what is your only option if you're not allowed to say anything that's true? What can you do?
James,
to answer your question, you said, what do you get in America? What do you get in the United Kingdom? And the answer is, you get the truth.
Here is a fundamental perception difference. For the Chinese...
I've answered your question. You get the truth.
For the Chinese, it's collectivism. It's all about collectivism.
I understand what collectivism is, but you asked what we got, what we benefited from, and the answer is, if I see something that is...
You got the truth, James.
If I see something that is wrong, I can say that it's wrong. James, if you see something that is wrong, you have to pretend you haven't seen it.
You got the truth, James, but the problem is, what has it changed? You need to fundamentally...
I told you, the truth has to matter. The truth has to matter. There is truth, Harry, and there is truth and there is untruth.
True.
And if you can hold on to the truth, even if you are the only one, you will not go mad. And if you can't hold on to the truth, you will go mad. And you will start claiming on national radio that things happening are not happening.
Look, James, America is spending billions every year.
It's got nothing to do with what I just said.
Listen, on anti-China propaganda. So I can't tell you whether or not that's true.
You're not allowed to.
There's no hard evidence to say that is true.
You're not allowed to. There is hard evidence. We're not going to get beyond the point that you're proving George Orwell's most famous diktat. You will go mad if you don't hold on to the truth. You
get the truth, James, but has it changed fundamentally?
Yeah, well, it's changed my ability to describe... It's changed my ability to describe reality.
Look at the problem.
I'm allowed to say...
It hasn't changed anything fundamentally. That's what I'm trying to say.
Why do you live here?
Huh? Why do I live here?
Yeah.
Because I'm married here.
You can move back to China.
Listen, James,
you can move back to China.
I'm not slagging off UK, yeah? It's my second home. I love it.
Why do you love it?
Why do I love it?
Yeah.
For the literature, for the music, for the people, lovely people.
Would I be able to publish a book in China called How They Broke China? Would I be able to sing pop songs about how awful the government is? Like Bob Dylan does, or like Bruce Springsteen does? What is the music that you claim to love?
What's the music? Everything, rock and roll.
You look after yourself, Harry, yeah?
Listen, James,
I did.
You can't have...
I did.
That was uncomfortable to sit through, but it was absolutely necessary. Now let's slow it down and look at what actually happened. Harry openly admits that no leader is perfect. That's a universal truth. No system, no government, no individual is beyond criticism. But the moment James asks him to name just one flaw, one imperfection in Xi Jinping, everything changes. He refuses. That refusal isn't a clever debate strategy. It's what happens when criticism of authority is treated not as civic participation, but as personal risk. Whether he realizes it or not, Harry demonstrates the very constraint James is talking about. On British radio, protected by British law, he still won't say a single critical word about the leader he's defending. That's self-censorship. And here's where it becomes almost painfully ironic. Harry lives in Essex. He says he loves the UK, for its literature, for its music. Then he mentions rock and roll. Rock and roll. Think about that for a second. One of the most rebellious, anti-establishment, authority-questioning art forms in modern history. Music built on dissent, lyrics built on protest, entire genres born from challenging power. Yet he's defending a political system known for tight cultural control and sensitivity to public criticism, while enjoying the artistic freedom produced by societies that tolerate dissent. That's the contradiction James exposes so effectively. You can't demand disciplined authoritarian efficiency on Monday and stream protest anthems on Tuesday without noticing the tension. You can't praise centralized control while living comfortably inside a system that lets you question that control. And then comes the most important point of all. James says in a free society, you get the truth. Not because politicians are saints, not because governments are flawless, but because citizens are allowed to challenge them, to accuse them, to mock them, to vote them out. Truth survives because it can be spoken out loud. Harry can criticize the UK government on national radio without fear. He cannot do the same for the government he claims to admire. That difference isn't cosmetic, it's foundational. So now the question turns to you. Is it hypocrisy to celebrate a regime you wouldn't actually choose to live under? Or was Harry simply overwhelmed in the moment, unable to articulate his position clearly? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you value this kind of breakdown, calm, sharp, and focused on the bigger picture, hit the like button and subscribe for more.